Hello, everyone. My name is Delilah Powell. I'm from a small bayou named Dulac, southwest of New Orleans, Louisiana, where wildlife and fishing is the way of life. I have 7 amazing children whom I love so dearly, along with 2 amazing grandsons. I also have an amazing husband who I met in the boxing industry. He actually commentated at one of my shows. Had no idea that we'd be married years later. He is my number 1 and biggest supporter out there. I have always loved the sport of boxing since I was just a young girl. It was my dad's favorite sport as well. I always sat right down next to him and watched boxing every single weekend, way back in the marvelous Marvin Hagler days. I'm a personal trainer, and I'm also an amateur boxer. I have owned several boxing gyms and hosted 2 big boxing events where I have invited big names like Evander Holyfield to come and show his support by signing autographs and speaking to the fans. I also had the pleasure of working next to big-time referee Tony Weeks, who played a role in Creed 1 and Creed 2. Having a son who was a major football player and headed to big places, and also a bonus son who is a professional boxer, has truly motivated me to go back to school and become a sports media journalist, and later a sports broadcaster. I now attend Full Sail University, and I'll be graduating next year, 2025. I have met and supported many young fighters in the boxing industry who now have really big names in boxing. Many fighters have shared their stories with me, and in those moments, I realized I have a big passion for boxing. I have somewhat the same passion for football, just not as much. Although football is an amazing sport. I do lots of traveling. I work different events that are hosted in boxing. I love the energy and the atmosphere. It means so much to me. It's everything. I can relate to the fighters and some of their stories because I actually went through some things in life myself. And I chose to become an amateur boxer to keep my mind right and keep me busy. And it feels really great. I'm 47 years old and I've never felt better. I do plan to continue training in boxing to have my first pro debut fight. And of course, I'm sure I'm gonna win, and you never know what'll happen after that. There are so many fighters out there who have stories to tell, who aren't even recognized, but have some of the greatest talents, football included. I too wanna make sure that they have a chance to get their stories out there. My goal is to work for ESPN Sports as a sports journalist, then make my way into broadcasting. Again, I want to help upcoming prospects in the Football and Boxing Association share their stories of the past, the present, and their bright futures. This is where my heart is, and I want to share my talent with the world. You can learn more about me on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube, where I will soon have my own boxing broadcast. Stay tuned and be blessed.